Welcome to another Toncho Tours video. Today we're in magical, mysterious Andalucia. Andalucia is the region in the south of Spain. It's the largest autonomous region of Spain. The capital is in Sevilla, and it has fantastic heritage and history, and we're going to talk a little bit about it today. We're in Jaén, which is the northernmost province within the autonomous region. Jaén is famous for some of the, if not the best, olive oil in the world. Extra virgin olive oil. You can see olive trees forever. It's all you see is olive trees. And we're going to talk a little bit about the history of Al-Andalus, which is where the name Andalusia comes from. This name comes from we call it the Arab invasion of Europe, especially of Spain, through France, over the Pyrenees into the Alpine regions, so bordering with Italy and Switzerland. And anyways, this started in about the year 700, and it lasted for about 7 centuries until the famous year 1492, when the Catholic kings expelled the last Moors from Granada. A very famous moment, and of course it started the Inquisition, which is one of the darkest chapters in Spanish history, and which we'll talk about at another date. At any rate, so what happened was that with the collapse of the Roman Empire and the weak, very divided tribes, Goths, Visigoths, etc., it was fairly easy for the northern African kingdoms to come over and establish, and in fact they took over Spain very quickly. It happened very quickly, except the northernmost part of Spain, Asturias, which is very naturally protected by mountains. So that is where the Reconquista started, the Reconquest, king called Pelayo, and they started the Reconquest, which took about 700 years, basically the time it took to once Spain was conquered by the North Africans, to establish again Spain, which what the Catholic kings did when they got married, Ferdinand and Isabel, 1492, not 1492, a little bit earlier. At any rate, so the Reconquista started from the north of Spain, and it went back and forth. Eventually the Arab kingdoms in Spain became weakened and divided and separated, so they started falling apart. What you'll find in many of the villages in Andalusia is that they're called whatever de la frontera, of the frontier, because that's how far the line was between Christian Spain and Arab Spain. Anyway, so near here we have Cordoba, which has phenomenal Arab heritage. I mean, these are cities that had fantastic public lighting and sewage, and there were arts and math and science and astronomy and philosophy, and all these things were going on in Spain, while basically in the rest of Europe there was the middle of the dark Middle Ages. Spain was flourishing, architecture, you name it. Nearby is Sevilla. Directly south from here is Granada, which of course has the Alhambra, which is one of the most magical spots in the world, and we love to show Granada because it's a fantastic place. So that's a little bit of the history and introduction to Andalusia, Al-Andalus, as it's known, and we'd love to show you around. So give us a ring. Toncho Tours loves Andalusia, and we'd love to show it to you. So give us a ring, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay safe.